go ahead. If you want to use my car, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask him anything you want. Please go ahead and eat before the food gets cold. The meeting will go ahead as planned. Because of the snow, we can't go ahead with the festival. Go ahead with your presentation. We're ready to listen.
Go after. The cat was going after the mouse. The police went after him, but he got away. She went after the bus, but it was too late. She's always going after the latest fashion trends. The journalist went after a story about corruption. You'll never get what you want if you don't go after it.
Tear apart. The children tore their toys apart. A dog can tear a rabbit apart in seconds. The blast had torn the building apart. The news of his death tore her apart. Seeing the children suffer really tears me apart.
Fall apart. After his wife died, he began to fall apart. She fell apart when she heard the bad news. After years of neglect, the old house began to fall apart. These cheap shoes will probably fall apart after a few weeks. The plane fell apart when it hit the ground.
Back down. She eventually backed down after realizing she was wrong. She backed down in the face of strong opposition. He refused to back down, even when faced with overwhelming evidence. The government backed down over tax rises. The bully tried to intimidate him, but he didn't back down from his claim. Neither side was willing to back down from their demands.
Back off, back away. Back off, or I'll kill you. I saw the knife and backed off. The police told the crowd to back off from the barricades. He saw the snake and backed away in fear. Could you back up a little? I can't see the screen.
Stay up. I'm gonna stay up for a while. Why did you stay up so late? She stayed up to finish her project. I stayed up late last night watching a movie. I'll be late home, so don't stay up waiting for me. The kids wanted to stay up till midnight on New Year's Eve.
Get off. We got off the train at the wrong station. I can't get off my mind that I forgot her birthday. Get the clothes off. What time do you get off work? Getting off the birth control pill changed my life. I need to get off social media for a while. What did she do to get you off?
Bring down. They've really brought down the price of laptops recently. The government is trying to bring down inflation. The news of his death brought her down. Don't let one failure bring you down. The rebel forces are trying to bring down the president. An economic crisis could bring down the government.
Fall out. His tooth fell out when he was eating an apple. The old woman was upset when her hair started to fall out. A few pages fell out of the old book. He fell out with his best friend over a girl. He left home after falling out with his parents. They used to be best friends, but they fell out a long time ago.
Turn away. He turned away from his old friends. She turned away from his religious beliefs. He tried to turn away from the truth, but he couldn't. They turned us away at the entrance because we didn't have tickets. The club was so crowded they had to turn people away at the door. Hospitals turn away patients as infections soar in India.
Cope with. If you cope with a problem or task, you deal with it successfully. You have to cope with those difficult problems. She can't cope with the stress of her new job. The emergency services are working hard to cope with the disaster. We need to find better ways to cope with climate change. It was amazing how my mother coped with bringing up 8 children.
Give away. I gave away all my old clothes to charity. They're giving away free ice cream at the park today. I'm giving away my old grammar books if you are interested. They felt like they were giving away company secrets. Why did you give away that information? It was supposed to be confidential. He pretended to be an Englishman, but his foreign accent gave him away.
Call for. The victims are calling for justice. The teacher called for silence in the classroom. The opposition party is calling for early elections. The United Nations has called for a ceasefire. This recipe calls for 2 cups of flour. This job calls for patience and excellent communication skills.
Hold up. Hold up, what do you think you're doing? The traffic is holding up the delivery. Sorry to hold you up, my train was late. A man in a black mask held the bank up this morning. Hold up your hand if you have a question. How are you holding up despite losing your job?
Knock down. They will knock down several buildings to build a new shopping mall. The strong winds knocked down many trees in the park. He was so angry with the man that he knocked him down. The boxer knocked his opponent down in the first round. He died in hospital after being knocked down by a car.
Sneak into. The cat sneaked into the house through the open window. I sneaked into his bedroom while he was asleep. He used to sneak into his sister's room to read her diary. I managed to sneak in through the back door while she wasn't looking. She tried to sneak into the party, but was caught by the security guard.
Wrap up. Could you wrap up this present for me? She wrapped up the baby in a warm blanket. Let's wrap up this meeting and continue tomorrow. His tour will wrap up next week with a final performance in Tokyo.
Walk out on. Don't walk out on me again. Her husband walked out on her and their 3 children. She walked out on her husband after 20 years of marriage. The workers walked out on the job because of low wages.
Walk in on. I walked in on him chatting to a woman on webcam. He accidentally walked in on his sister taking a shower. She walked in on me when I was getting undressed. I was practicing my dance moves when my brother walked in on me.